my name is Kolby. I am the founder and editor-in-chief of After Dinner Conversation Publications. Short stories for long discussions. That's our motto. First off, thank you for watching this video. The fact that you're taking the time to learn what we want to publish, great. You're already miles ahead of everyone else who randomly spams people. This is going to be a little bit informal. It's only going to be a few minutes long. Just stick with me. So the first thing I want to say is we've been doing this for quite a few years now. We have monthly magazine, anthology books, 2 different podcasts, lots of short stories. And we tend to have about a 3 to 5% acceptance rate. It could be much higher, though, if we got the kinds of things that we actually publish. So that's why I decided after a few years to put out this video. My hope is that you watch it, which I'm glad you are, but also it puts a huge strain on our volunteer readers to read things that, regardless of how great they are just, they're not our genre. They're not our thing. And so my hope is that by creating this video, you will, we'll get a higher percentage of the kind of things we like to publish. So what does this mean? It means we're looking to publish short stories that ask interesting ethical or philosophical questions. In fact, each short story comes with 5 discussion questions that we write that we put at the end of it. Why did the characters make the choices they make? What's the right choice? What's the nature of truth or justice? If you're looking for literary similarities, I would strongly suggest, and I'll include a link in the comment part, The One Who Walked Away from Omelas, Flowers for Algernon, and even Ender's Game, although it's a children's book or a teen book, it asks good questions about the nature of killing, and the nature of culpability in the lack of knowledge of your harm you're doing others. If you're looking for just a straight philosophical thing, we'd love to get stuff that's a short story version of the allegory, The Cave. We love The Trolley Problem, all those sort of things. If you're looking for TV, Battlestar Galactica, the new reboot one, Star Trek Next Generation, The Good Place, Westworld. Now, a lot of these are science fiction, but that's not because we publish science fiction. That's not our genre. Our genre is things that ask ethical questions. It just so happens that science fiction and fantasy often inhabits this genre, right? They have a rich history of this, but we're perfectly happy to publish, Westerns, children's stories, whatever, right? Doesn't matter to us. Anything, erotica, doesn't matter to us. The important thing is that it asks these important ethical questions. We shoot for PG-13, but we'll take an R if need be, and if it serves the story. We score our submissions on 2 criteria. 1, on the quality of the writing, and 2, is it the type of thing we publish? We turn away a lot of things that score, 10 out of 10 on the quality of the writing. And we send them a nice letter and just say, look, this isn't what we do. Like, you're just spamming us. Read what we publish before you submit. So yeah, please, read a few stories. And I should also mention that the authors that we publish, and I don't want to be mean about this, they tend to be smart people who also happen to be writers. And we get a lot of people that when we ask for their biography, they've got a PhD in philosophy or economics or political theory, or whatever else, right? A lot of the social sciences are in there. Evolutionary psychology, things like this. Even chemistry and physics a lot of the times too. Computer programmers, we get a lot of people with a background in computer programming. The point is these are people that tend to think about smart things, and then it just permeates their writing. If we get people that are pure writers that are typically writing fiction that just try to write smart, usually doesn't go very well. It's tough to just randomly write something and then send it to us and have it fit us. It happens a third of the time, half of the time. What's far easier, and this is what I would suggest to you, is, get a copy of our magazine. We've got a free sample you can get online. You can get them on Amazon. You can get them from your library. We make them available for checkout. And read a couple of the stories or listen to our podcast discussion. You can get the link on our website. And what we find is once somebody gets tuned into what we do, man, they can crank out stories for us all day long, all day. So what you'll see we have repeat publish people that, even though we only got a 3% acceptance rate, we have authors that have been published with us 2 and 3 times now. And the reason for that is they've read us so much that they're like, oh yeah, I can write this and I can write this and I can write this, and they can crank it out all day. And we're happy to publish people, more than once if they're giving us the stuff that we want. So that would be my advice. Read what we publish. And that makes it easier for our readers who are all volunteers. And we're not, we're not reading 20 things to get one. We'd love to, publish 80% of what gets submitted to us because we're getting the kind of things that we want. The last thing I'll mention is make the story as short as it can be and still convey the point. That's usually 2,500 to 4,000 words. So let's say you're writing a story about, I don't know. Is it ever appropriate to lie in the service of justice? Perfectly good question that a story could ask. And you're like, I'm going to do this in the framework of a courtroom setting. Great. Now, what's the shortest you can make that story to get that point across, right? We don't want half a page about what the room looks like. We don't need all of these long descriptions about long flowing hair. You've got an idea. Is it ever appropriate to lie in the service of justice? You've got a framework for the fiction, a courtroom. That's it. Tell that much of the story and nothing else. Now, you don't have to take any of this advice, whatever. It's all good. I'm just trying to help out our readers. I'm trying to give you a better chance of being successful in your submissions. I should also mention that because we get so many submissions that are good writing, but not good for us, our turnaround times tend to run 2 or 3 months. If you would like to have your story read faster, submit it via our Fastpass system. You can find that on our website. You pay a small fee. It goes to the front of the line. We read it first. It is, the same thing as the Fastpass system they used to have at Disneyland, or maybe they still have, who knows? And we'll read it first. It doesn't give you a better chance of getting published with us, but it does get you read next in line before we read anything else. So a pretty good deal, and your money goes towards a good cause. It keeps the publication running. It keeps us doing what we're doing. So thank you for listening. Thank you for, trying to focus your submission and your information towards what we really want, and have a great day. We hope that if you're not a reader yet, that you will be. We love what we do. We love sharing it with the world. Thank you. Bye.